In the Trenches with Ryan Roxie.
Whether it's touring, whether it's soap, I think it's all creative. And you're actually really blossoming out of Nashville. There was one thing that I did actually when I was looking at the Moscow Peace Festival poster, and then I started thinking about Nashville. I was like going, wow, I really have to acknowledge this because it's not the most positive note, but we sort of lost one of our own classic rockers this last week, and I do want to give him a lot of credit because he's a really a good guy. And I'm talking about Jeff LaBar from the band Cinderella. Yeah. And we just want to give a little tribute and sort of, I mean, like when we were talking before the podcast, you say you guys never properly toured. You guys had done shows together, but you both came up in the same scene. And I feel that way sort of, and there's a picture that I think that Vic might have of when I interviewed Jeff a couple of years ago, and I look like a child interviewing somebody. I don't know, Vic, do you have that? There it is.
There you go.
And I don't know what sort of phallic thing I have in my hand, but apparently back in a few years ago, that was considered the... That was considered
the go-to interview mic.
Now you might find that sort of. Can you go back to that pic? You might find that sort of microphone on Pornhub at this point. But there's Jeff, and we just want to pay tribute to him because he passed away last week. And rest in peace, Jeff, and a great guy. I mean, did you run across him in Nashville?
Yeah. Well, coming out of we were on the same circuit. When like the first few times I saw Cinderella was at a club called the Galaxy, it's a little bar in New Jersey. And he wasn't even in the band yet. And then eventually, there was changes made. And then Jeff was in the band, and the whole just makeup and the energy on stage, I mean, Eric and Tom were there from the beginning, and they had their thing. But man, when Jeff joined the band, it just took on a whole new energy, and the playing was obviously different. He had a different
style,
and just his stage presence, man. It was really cool. Like
positive energy.
Yeah, and then eventually getting to know him just from the few shows we did together, and I think both of us were in Japan at the same time for our first tours, and we were kind of crisscrossing, and they came out to show, and he was always just a really genuine guy, and obviously a very good player. He actually filled in for Snake. Snake had an issue with his arm. It wasn't carpal tunnel, but it was kind of like carpal tunnel, and I'm not sure exactly what it was called, but he's like, dude, I can't even pick. He goes, I can't even hold on to a pick. So we called Jeff, and he came in and filled in for 2 shows. And it was just fun, just, old road dog stories, it's great. But he's going to be missed, man. It was sad to hear about that.
Yeah. Well, I know that we'll definitely be paying tributes all the way throughout, and we will definitely have a drink together in his honor when we meet in February. Maybe before, because we are headed out to Nashville with the Alice Cooper band, Ace Frehley, and I know Ryan Cook's going to be playing with Ace. Yep. I'll be playing with Alice, and
I'm already on the list.
I'm staying positive. Are you? That's
I'm like
Nashville is the new Los Angeles and the new New York City to try and get in on the list. But I know we'll see you there for sure.
Yeah.
Said I wanted to believe